What's up, y'all? You're out in God's country with Dan and Reed Isbell, also known as the Brothers Hunt, where we take a weekly drive to the intersection of music and the outdoors. Two things that go together like a mosquito and my arm.
Like Ugg boots and yoga pants.
Produced by MeatEater and iHeart Podcast.
So hop up and ride shotgun with us as we take the back roads with some of today's biggest stars and creators behind the songs you know and love.
Today we had on Josh Thompson. Super cool, really interesting guy.
Cartwheeling.
Songwriting.
Money making.
4-kid dadding.
He's a good dad. He's a good dude.
He's a good dad. He talked about
Deer
it.
hunting.
You can tell.
He's a deer hunter.
Josh is a buddy of ours. We've written some songs together. And we know a lot about him, but it's cool to sit down in a podcast, environment like this and talk to him for an hour or so and find out other things that you don't know that I think the listeners of this thing will really, really get into.
I mean, he's written some monster songs too.
Dude, 5 times platinum.
What was the Morgan Wallen?
Wasted on you all of the time and all of this money. It's just one of them. He's got nine number ones and one in the top 5, and he'll get into all that in the interview. But yeah, if you like the outdoors or you like music, stick around, and I hope you enjoy this podcast.
Thanks for listening.
To God's country.
God's country, boy.
All right, today we got...
See, I thought you were already doing the intro. I didn't think we were joshing immediately. Like you said, I thought we were supposed to talk about what we've been up to.
We do, but we're going to introduce him as
the-
he's here sitting. We can't just not talk to him.
This
We're
is
gonna-
the intro.
We're going to introduce him
Like it.
and then be like, hey, man, you can interject if you want to. That's what I'm going to say when we introduce him. And then we're going to start talking about what we got going on.
All right, man.
Yeah. Okay, that was the intro. I think it was classic.
This is a pretty good intro, I feel like.
It's
the first one, so we're figuring it out.
Did you say his name already?
Josh Thompson is in the room, is in the building today.
Josh Crispy Cartwheel Thompson, man.
Crispy Cartwheel. We'll
to
get into
have
that
you
later.
here.
Don't give away too
Crispy
much.
Well, that's just what
Cartwheel.
he goes. That's just the.
So this is the first. This is like the first one that we're doing. So we are in a place, and we're in Music Row, Nashville, Tennessee, in a little pub house. I guess you can call it a pub house. It's got a studio in it and some podcast rooms.
People probably don't even know what a pub house is, dude. They probably think it's like a bar.
Publishing.
It's a little
Yeah,
publishing.
you're right.
Thanks, Josh. It's just a little house on Music Row, but it's legit today. Like, we've got cameras. There's other people in the room. Like, this is a pro. This is a pro. Yeah,
yeah.
A 5-time platinum songwriter. 9 number ones. Got one in the top 5 right now. Going on number 10.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know he was.
Where'd you
rich.
get these
I didn't
stats
know
from?
He was so rich. We've actually done a little bit of research,
Bro, because
if
we
you
get
believe.
we get papers now that have
That's why
your
you're-
information on them that somebody got from somebody that you know but didn't know that they gave
Wow,
us the
5
information.
times
That's
platinum?
why you're CCW, dude. Crispy Cartwheel, dude.
Yeah,
I
man.
like
5 times
CCW
platinum.
a whole lot, dude. 5 times, dude. You got to do it like this 5 times.
5 times.
All
think we
right,
can do
let's
that.
start
I
talking.
think it's more than that, but it's whatever.
Let's interject if you want to. Like I said,
It is more. It's way more than that, dude. That's probably on one song.
No, I'm saying on one song. I'm just reading from the notes. I don't know. We don't know your stats. I don't know. I don't have your rookie card. Your card at my house. Dan just got back from Europe. How was that?
Man, it was not America.
Dude, we might have some European listeners, maybe.
Well, I just wonder, like, in this
go
situation,
easy. Go easzy.
Would you? Yeah. Should I just? Is this like Instagram where we just highlight all the good things about it, or are we telling them the
I think
truth
we're
on here?
being honest.
It rains
bro.
a lot. It rains a lot. People are super nice.
Tell everybody where you went.
Well, now
what
that I'm
you-
back,
and what you
I
were
can
doing.
tell. I haven't really told anybody because I didn't. There's a weird thing, and I don't think this is like prepper of me, but like I don't necessarily want people to know when I'm out of town. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I don't advertise because you two,
Right.
we live kind of out in the sticks, right? So if the whole world knows that I'm gone and my pretty wife and kids are at home by themselves for a month or two,
And
Right.
it's deer season.
and there's tractors out there with
There's deer
keys
in
in
the
them,
back.
4-wheelers, stuff that I just don't necessarily want people knowing that I'm out of town. So I haven't really advertised it. I went on the road with Luke for a year, and we went to Australia for a month, and then we went to Europe for a month, and got to hunt a little bit in Australia. Well, I say Australia, it's actually New Zealand. We did a
Did you shoot a kangaroo?
I had the opportunity and I declined, dude.
I don't think I could either.
It just felt a little
You blast one, wouldn't you?
like shooting Clifford. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it just didn't. I don't know. I didn't get the thing.
I just feel like it would be a cool full mount piece, especially if
Agreed.
you could like put a kid in the pouch.
But here's the.
You know,
Dude, you
like,
want a
could-
full mount kangaroo in the
hang
corner
on.
of your house that you could put things in the pouch.
Okay.
But like,
like
if
a-
this
like,
is
how
like
old
if
is the
this
kid
was
that
your
we're putting in?
writer's room and like there's a kangaroo here and you've got
You said like a guitar in it?
a tuner
Oh.
and your capo,
okay.
and some picks.
I
and be like, I'm
immediately
gonna get
regret
over
not
here.
shooting a kangaroo.
I'm kind of
Or
into that.
like my coffee cups in there, like double warmer.
and you
like,
can hit a button and a little baby kangaroo head just goes.
see now, well, I mean, yeah, that's next level. You could do it with a possum. A possum's also a marsupial,
It'd have
but
to be a
tiny,
small
like a little
pouch.
tiny.
Just
pouch.
kind of merge the cultures.
You get like
of
one guitar pick in a possum.
Well,
pouch.
here's what I did
digging
learn.
around trying to find it for 10 minutes.
One.
Yeah.
Hold on, give me a second. You might get a capo and bar.
Actually, I do.
Here's
In
the thing.
kangaroo
Here's
pouch.
the thing. Is like there are no licenses there, dude. There like
I don't understand that.
I didn't either. And matter of fact, I was nervous because the guy was kind of talking back and forth. Here's how it works. Luke goes, "Hey man, we're going to New Zealand. Let's go on a stag hunt." I was like, "Cool. I'm going to do the best I can do to make sure that it's not like a high fence
right.
deal." So I start doing my research. I sneak into SCI, which is Safari Club International, when they were here.
Literally sneak in.
Literally snuck in, pretending like I was serving barbecue. Met a dude,
I
got a
love
free
that. I didn't know
pass,
that.
snuck in. Don't tell them. We might get in trouble for that.
I think you just did.
I snuck in. I meet this guy. He's super cool. Seems like a dude that like where I could spend 4 or 5 days with. You know what I mean? Because that's
Right.
dude. That's hard to do.
Right.
It's hard to just jump in the truck with a random
New
some bitch and
Zealander.
just
No doubt.
hang out.
Ain't no doubt.
So he was super cool. Kind of looked like Crocodile Dundee, and
Sick.
that's one probably 50% why I was into it.
That's not a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a knife.
It's even
What, is
thicker
that?
than
What
that.
are you saying? Knife?
Look, he
Yeah.
don't even know, dude. He don't know. He's too young.
Too young.
You don't know Dundee.
What? Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah. What did he look like?
Bro, he had the hat with the crocodile belt around the
Everybody
top.
knows that. Give me something specific.
I almost said that he got poked in the heart by a stingray, but that's and that's nothing to laugh about.
you didn't know.
That's
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin,
dude.
yeah. No, dude, I remember Crocodile Dundee. movies.
Okay, no. So we fly in. I kind of start freaking out before we land because I'm like, I don't know. We're on the other side of the world. I don't know what we're getting into. Right.
right.
We land. You can't have guns over there. Like you have to have like a specific. I think it would be the equivalent to us having like our carry permit here. Except over there, it's just to have a gun. Period.
Rifles, shotgun,
Anything.
Yeah.
So, meet this guy. He's awesome. He's like, I got this. Basically, the way it works is he's got 6 or 7 mega tracts of land leased, and then he guides those places, right? Because we hadn't really done much like guided stuff. I don't know how that works. But being as we were on the other side of the world, it was like, we don't have 2 weeks to go figure it out.
Right.
We had 3 days to hunt, you know. So super cool. Get in the truck. We're driving around the Southern Alps. Snow everywhere. We're just like, dude, where are we at? Although it was a mega small truck. They don't have like F-150s over there, dude. It's like, check out me ute. And it's a dang Ranger.
Why don't they have big trucks? Is there a reason? Like, is there a reason they don't have full size?
I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that. I think maybe they just, because they're an island and they're in the middle of nowhere, it's hard to ship stuff. So I think they probably, like, the dude even said, like, if you're mega rich, you can pay to have one because they build them, the steering wheel's on the other side. Mm-hmm. And you drive on the opposite side of the road.
Apparently, there's a place over there that, like, Tacoma makes a truck.
He talked about this.
Tacoma makes a truck, or not Tacoma, but Nissan makes a truck that's like a badass, like even a more badass version of a Tacoma.
Well, Nissan doesn't make a Tacoma, so.
Toyota, my bad, dude. Whatever. I had one.
Strike one.
Yeah. But apparently there's a truck that is like a way badass version of a Tacoma that we can't have in the States for some reason.
Huh.
But it's like got a pipe coming out the top. It's like
That's what this was.
It's a hunting truck.
That's what
They
this was.
literally
I
built as
think-
a hunting truck.
I think it was a Ford. And so Luke's in the front, like, I'm in the back. Carlson's right here. Harper was right beside me. And then Carlson, dude, we were stuck in that back seat, and this dude's doing like 90 around these mountains. And I'm occasionally, I get car sick bad, dude. So I'm like having to roll the window down, like, this man right here. And I mean, it was an hour every day there and an hour back. That's how far we went to this different tracts of land. So we get in there, we're looking, we see this one stag like way up the hill with a couple of hinds. I think that's what they're called, hinds or the does.
Hinds 57.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so we were
yeah.
like, I mean, I'm like, well, maybe we go after him. And they're like, I don't know. He's kind of in a bad spot. So we move around. And then we ended up did we hunt that day? Yeah. So that afternoon, we find some. The way it works is there's this big plot of private, and then it's surrounded by public, and the public gets hounded. So it pushes a lot of these. And he was like kind of saving this one ranch for us, So it pushed all the animals in. Luke ends up taking a great stag. Carlson, the security guard, takes a stag. I wanted to do something a little different, so I shot a tar. And dude, it was arguably in the top 3 hunts of my life. And
That's awesome.
And the reason is because they have this stuff. Oh, come on, Dan. What's it called? Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, we've got all day.
I'm sorry, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, it's thorns. It's not Vegemite. That's what you eat over there. Metagary. I knew it. Metagary is what it's called. Metagary. That's how they say it. So it's basically like
I'll have to look that up.
this super thick, thorny brush that's can be up to 5-6 feet tall. So we have basically like a mile uphill hike of that, and dude, it's just like grabbing you, shredding the jacket. We get up there, we see the tar, it tucks into this Metagary, right? So the guy's like, man, I think he's in this little section here. Once we top that ridge, we'll be able to find him. Do we top the ridge or belly crawl up to the top of the ridge, lay out flat, prone position, can't find him. 20 minutes goes by and he goes, I think I got him. And I'm like, what? He's like, he's right. So he gives me the coordinates. I put the scope on where I think he's talking about. Can't see nothing. I'm like, dude, he's not there. He's like, yeah, that's right. That's right. And you see that white bush to the left, blah, blah, blah. So basically, he finds this thing tucked in that Metagary. If I had spent 24 hours in broad daylight with the highest power binoculars on a tripod, I wouldn't have found this animal, dude. Like, it was the first time I was like, okay. Like, I get why this guy does, like, why you pay this guy to do this. Because I would have never found the thing.
I have no idea what a tar is.
It's kind of like that, except mountain goat.
Isn't that a cow?
Sweet.
Yeah, it's a longhorn cow, but it's got like the long hair.
Yeah.
The antlers go back like this, kind of like the. Anyway, I lay there for an hour with him in the scope, trying to find a shot, right? And so we eventually see like there's a branch that kind of wires, and he's like, if you'll hang on the right Y of that branch, and if you can put it right in there, you're gonna shoulder this animal. And I'm like, man, is his head going this? I mean, it was so bad that I would be looking at him in the scope, sat down to rest my eyes, and come back up and couldn't find him. Right. I mean, it was unbelievable. So anyway, takes an hour to shoot. I finally calmed down enough, slip it in there. He falls. It was just, and it was like a 10-year-old ram. It was mega cool, man.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and it was in the Alps, and I'll show you pictures of it later. But that's what I've been up to. I've been traveling the world. Europe was not as cool. We didn't go on a hunt, so that probably has a lot to do with it. It's also very rainy. But no licenses in New Zealand. You can literally hit the ground. The problem is finding an animal to hunt. You can't just like pop down and find something. Like they're back way up in this.
Right.
So, but no licenses. And the trouble with shooting kangaroos, you'd have to pay to ship that thing back. And that shit is not cheap, bro.
I bet.
It ain't.
Especially coming from over there. All right, now that Dan took up half our podcast time with that story.
Well, it's been real, boys.
Yeah, good to have you, Josh.
Man.
Thanks for coming by. Special
absolutely.
guest.
You asked what I've been up to.
Yeah, I didn't ask what everything you've been up to. No, you got back. It's in the middle of deer season. We're close to the rut. It's kind of Josh. You live a little bit northerner. Is that a word?
Northerner, yeah.
Northerner than
He
than
actually
we
is
do.
a northerner.
Actually. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
what are
like
you
a
what are you doing?
Midwesterner.
Oh, wait, is there a difference? Is there a difference between a Midwesterner and a Northerner?
For sure, dude.
I guess, yeah.
Actually, I don't know either.
I mean, it's kind of North Midwestern.
I think I'm just a person. Like we're all people.
Absolutely, dude. What are your deer doing? What you been doing deer wise?
My deer are roaming about freely, unharmed. untouched.
Not being
and
hunted because you
not
got kids at home.
worried about a single thing is what they're doing. The deer, the bucks are the bucks are chasing.
Yeah.
They've been for a week.
So you're saying
every
chasing.
doe,
You're going straight to chasing.
they're like, I mean, nose to butt.
Really?
Yeah.
You got
Every doe that has a buck.
You got
it might
one.
be a
like,
spike,
you
but-
got one. Do you have one you're thinking about, like a big deer?
I was thinking about all the big deer.
Yeah.
But yes. Yeah. I sent y'all that picture of that
Yeah, he's a good one.
little chubby. I think he's an 11. He may be a 12. It's kind of a blurry picture. I would like him, but there's a really big non-typical back there, and it's also like
Why didn't you send us a picture of him?
I don't have him.
Oh.
I don't have a picture of it.
How do you know
But
he's
it's
back there? Did you see him?
also
That's awesome.
it's also that time of year where like you're gonna see something that you
sure.
that you
gotta be in the woods.
You know.
Yeah.
That's from 2 farms away. So
Yeah, it feels
there's
like this.
big bucks back there, man. I've been passing I passed like a really nice 7 the other day. Just
Good for you,
I was
dude.
telling him like 20-year-old me would kill me for the deer that I pass up.
That's awesome.
Well, how old do you think he was? Like a good strong 3-year-old, good 4-year-old?
Maybe. I mean, he might have been. He was probably 3.5. Yeah, I don't think he was any older than that.
It feels like
He'll be awesome next year.
We talked about this before we turned the mics on and everything. It feels like in Tennessee, with our deer season, there's a line that comes through Nashville, and the deer above that line,
An east to west line.
yeah, east to west line running, might be 40 actually. You could just call 40 the line, Interstate 40. The deer above that line rut 2 weeks before the deer, because we're south of 40 a bit, and our deer aren't. I mean, you're gonna see some sign like they're scraping the ground, they're rubbing on some trees. Does are starting to get a little, like you're seeing young does by themselves, and,
Right.
and they're starting to get a little like skeptic of what's around them and stuff. And new bucks are showing up on pictures. So, and that's what I was gonna say is like it feels like the time that right now is the time you get pictures of new deer walking through and
for
just
sure.
cruising around, seeing what's up.
And I don't we've both talked about this because we had fawns with spots on them, like brand newborn, full-fledged spots in August. So gestation period, like technically, and like a ton of them this year. It was really weird. So technically, those deer weren't bred until like January, maybe even February of last year.
Yeah.
But they're acting like it's game on. Like, I don't know. But are they like dudes at the Tin Roof on Friday night that are just going from girl to girl? Like, maybe they'll get lucky and like they're not. It's just not time. I don't know. I'm not a deerologist. I don't know.
Do we have a rut?
Is the like if it was a buck's choice, they would always be in rut.
That's true.
So that's kind of what we've been doing is all of us have young kids. We're just trying to find time to get in the woods. There is a weird, when we talked about this before, there is a weird balance of like being an outdoorsman and a hunter in hunting season and a dad to 2 babies under 2. I feel a pressure as a hunter to be in the stand as well as a pressure as a dad to be at home.
And I
so
get
it's
how
a weird,
ludicrous-
and this is the first time I'm ever having to deal with
That's
like,
what I'm- that's
trying
my
to figure
point.
this out.
That's my
So,
point.
yeah.
It's trying to figure out the balance between being like a good dad and a good hunter at the same time. Because this morning,
But it's
I
not even
could've
being a
gone-
good hunter. It's
Right.
like that's
okay.
in
Solid
you
point.
to be out there.
Solid
though.
point. Yeah,
but
it's
it's
not-
not about hunting. It's about being in the outdoors.
It's being out there.
Yeah, it's just being
Like if I killed a giant in the first 15 minutes, I would like my soul would still long to spend more time in the woods.
no doubt, man. You
Solid point.
have to have it. It's food for your soul. Absolutely.
I literally thought this morning at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock this morning, I had done more, like 20-year-old me versus 40-year-old me. Right? I just turned 40. Thank you.
You look good, man.
Thanks, dude. And how old are you?
I'm 45.
Oh, thank God. So, I
Y'all are old, man.
I thought, what is 40-year-old? Like, what would 20-year-old me be doing? Have done during the day at 8 o'clock versus 40. Dude, I've changed 2 diapers. I've cooked breakfast. I've put hair in a ponytail. I've already like helped everyone get bathed and ready for school. 20-year-old me wouldn't even been awake, dude.
Right.
Dude, for another, what time is it right now? I wouldn't even be awake right now.
Yeah.
Or actually, I would. I probably have hunted this morning, come back, taken a nap, eaten whatever I wanted, 2 Big Macs for $2,
Big Mac.
2 Big Macs for $6, and then go hunting that afternoon. But, dude, I wouldn't trade where I'm at in life with my family or anything for any of that. Let me preface that.
I just feel like you have to be more strategic with your time.
That's true.
No doubt.
Instead of, we used to go to North Missouri and just hunt for a month.
Literally.
Right. We would just take November off and just go sit in a tree stand for a month, dude.
But that's something you don't know that until you're in it, dude. Which is part of life. Like you don't know how to go about something until you are in the trenches of it, figuring it out. And I feel like that's where I'm at with this thing that we're talking about.
How old are your kids?
10, 6, 4, and gonna be 2. November 24th.
Jeez,
You've been in it for a minute.
How are you here right now, dude? How are you alive?
I'm thriving, buddy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Tell us about
Dude,
the balance.
5 times platinum. Dude.
No, it's on one song. That's one song.
5X platinum. I think that is one
5X.
song.
It is one song. It's the Wasted on You.
Hey, should we get in? Should we start talking to Josh like he's a guest here? Or
I'm enjoying the. we could talk about kids.
Can we refer to him as CCW from now on instead of Josh?
Let's get to CCW later.
McCall.
Yeah. I do want to talk about like one thing, Dan, right quick. The drive in this morning was crazy for me because the opportunity to get to do this podcast with MeatEater and iHeart is something that moving to town and being a fan of MeatEater and literally me and my wife were talking about this 10 years ago. We were living on a houseboat on Percy Priest, watching MeatEater episodes, being like, dude, that would be awesome. You know, like that,
for sure.
That kind of thing would be cool. Dreaming about writing songs, dreaming about hunting big deer in the West or big deer in Missouri or Kansas or wherever. I just want to say I'm just super grateful and thankful for this opportunity to be a part of God's Country podcast. And
GC, do you know it's called God's Country?
I do now.
Dude,
That's great.
God's Country.
That's
Congratulations,
great,
man.
We are in God's country.
But how wild is that? How wild is it that take a second to kind of soak that in, let that soak in?
It's wild. I do think we knew we were going to end up somewhere. You know, as far as musically,
Prison.
I don't know how we avoided that. Thank God.
Have you ever been to prison?
No.
Can I ask you if you've ever been to prison?
Yeah.
County jail. That's what I meant. County jail. For what?
Man,
Come on, man. Can you say it or no?
More than once. More than once.
Yeah.
Was this in Wisconsin?
Most of them were overnights, and then like I would get processed out. But like I was a troubled youth. But it was for like
while you were cutting car wheels.
It wasn't. But this was like later, like 19, 20, 21, 22, 20, 30, 35. But there was like good old boy. I mean, one was like, you know, we were shining deer and we're drinking beer.
Oh no.
Okay. And like one of the people in my truck, one of my cousins happened to be like 16 and I was 18. So I got distributing alcohol to a minor, even though I was a minor as far as drinking goes. I was like, I don't understand this. So
that's a double whammy right there.
I got sentenced to 6 days in the Delta County Jail in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
6 days?
Yeah. I had to sell. I had a F-250, like a heavy duty 1-ton that was like pumpkin orange, and like I loved it, and I had to sit at a board out 400. I had to sell it to like pay for.
Ouch!
Yeah,
not even like to move to Nashville and buy a guitar.
Did you get a tattoo?
Because you went to jail.
No, for distributing alcohol to a minor as a minor. I was like, I don't understand that. Anyways, 6 days. I did it. Standing on my head.
Hey, how about you? Like, that's a good leeway into you going to jail. So you're from?
It was just like a county jail. Everybody was in there for gangs. Everybody was in there for drinking, driving, or whatever.
The same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, give us a little. You're from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Give us a little backstory on, I don't know, your life there and. Like,
well, he was into gymnastics.
Dan, quit talking.
I just
let
really want him to talk about
gymnastics.
gymnastics.
He's got a thing about the gymnastics, so we're just going to let the cat know. We're just going to address the elephant in the room.
When did you get into gymnastics? How old were you?
I was
looking at you.
I was
just know knowing him, dude.
Hey, I will say
know
this.
you,
I will
bro.
say this is behind the scenes little tidbit. When we walked in, me and Sam, who's here, we talked about Josh last time from Wisconsin. He's like, "Oh, I knew a guy that was a gymnast." When Josh walked in, he goes, he's like, "Hey, nice to meet you." He goes, "Were you in the Olympics?"
No way.
That was the first question. That was the first question. We all just died out laughing. Josh was like, "I should have been."
I should have.
He's like, "I feel like an Olympian."
I do. I feel like an Olympian every day.
All right, so tell us your
I was
gymnastics
4. So according to my parents, I was 4. And I was like apparently like wild as shit. Like I was, I had got stitches like bouncing, like hitting like a sconce, and like I was just tearing up the house. So
Uncontrollable.
Yeah. I mean, I was a boy.
Yeah, man.
I was doing boy things, like being a little dude. And the doctor suggested that they put me on Ritalin or do a sport. And it was the middle of winter, so like there was no sports. So they're like, we'll take him to gymnastics. He can run around, flip around, yada, 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 burn some energy. Thank God they didn't put me on Ritalin. So
Yeah, honestly.
I did it. And then it like turned into this thing. And like I ended up being like really good at it and like won like state champion a couple times.
Crispy cartwheel, dude. That's
What was your comp like? Were you like swinging on the bars? Were you flipping across the mat?
All six
what are
male
the 6?
events. There's high bar. There's the floor, the vault, the pommel horse, the rings, and the
Dude,
this is kind of blowing my mind.
That's what I said. Blew
bars.
my mind when I did my research that you didn't do. I was shocked.
Look at my marked up papers over here with all of our information. So you would literally like Simone Biles it across the floor, hit, bounce, and do flips?
I mean, minus the Simone Biles part, but yeah.
That's like one of the greatest Olympians of all time.
Yeah, I mean, but
could you cut a back handspring right now if we walked outside?
I mean, I would probably break my back, but I could do it. Yeah,
broken back handspring.
That is impressive. That's impressive to me. I'm just saying.
Broke back.
Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it?
I did until it was. I mean, I was like 13 or 14, and I was at the gym 6 days a week, like 4 hours a night, and I was like, it gotten to the point where I was like, I want to deer hunt and chase girls.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like if I got a scholarship to go to college for doing gymnastics, that'd be great. But I don't even know if I want to go to college. So,
and at that time you were helping your dad pour concrete, right?
Yeah. And I was like, at 15, I was making, $15 an hour cash pouring concrete for my dad's company. So like at 15, I was loaded.
Oh, loaded.
Not
balling.
Yeah. I mean, so I was like,
what else? Would I want to do anything?
I got a car, early because I had money. I got like a Jeep Cherokee, and I was like, when I hit 16, it's like I'm gonna go be a young teen and spread my wings.
Go to jail.
Yeah,
man.
And
that happened. And you
distribute to a minor, dude.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
That's what I want. That's why I'm gonna grow up and distribute beer to minors.
So that's like that's when you're 16 to what age? Like at what point? Because there was a time in there, little birdie told me that you were trying to go out to Alaska a little bit.
I was. So I did the concrete thing, got out of high school, and went to like pouring concrete, like heavy highway, like doing like the big time union concrete job.
Was that still with your dad, or was
no? This was like big crew, big road crew. Did that until so I was pouring concrete. We did like Miller Park. We did all the concrete in like Miller Stadium, and so it was like December. I can't remember the day, but it was December, and I was downtown. It was 4:30 in the morning, and I was getting ready to pour concrete in my Carhartt suit and like freezing. And I was like, "This is not. I don't want to do this. I want to do this forever. It's not cool. The money's great, but I was like, this is pretty dumb.
Can you put yourself in that spot right now? Like,
yeah,
I
remember. So I went home and I told my mom, I was like, I want to go to college for natural resources. Like, I don't want to like just you do it and I'll go. Otherwise, I'm going to change my mind and like I don't want to spend a lot of time like figuring it all out. So she did it. She enrolled me in a associate's degree program in. My goodness, Oshkosh, maybe.
Wait, I thought that was a baby brand.
Oshkosh Bagosh, yeah, it's Wisconsin.
Did it come
That's
from
a
there?
real place?
Mm-hmm.
Did you remember those Oshkosh Bagosh things?
Overalls.
Yeah.
Dude, that's from there.
Yeah.
That blows my mind too.
Where's the bagash come from?
That's the brand.
I guess it just rhymes. I don't know where the bagash.
Gosh, by gosh.
Yeah.
And you just shorten it to buh.
I don't know where
You're
the
from there,
bagash
dude. What's up?
There's no bagash that I know of. It's just Oshkosh.
Thanks for clearing that up.
So yeah, I did that, and then like I graduated, and I was like, I really want to go to Alaska and like do something. I don't know what.
Just be out there.
Yeah. So what I did, I had a plan. I moved into the woods as part of this wilderness guide program with an Ojibwa elder.
How cool is this, dude?
This guy's cool.
After that, I was going to go get my pilot license. So I moved into Nicolet National Forest and lived in a wigwam with like 8 other people for the year, and like learned how to start a fire with bow drill, and like I would Paiute deadfall trap mice, and like I ate a bunch of mice, and like we would like get free roadkill deer because we weren't allowed to hunt because of.
Were you in a cult?
No.
Okay.
No, but I did a lot of like, but it was great to like learn.
Well, you did a lot of what were you? Cocaine, or what were you about to say right there? You did a lot
No,
of,
there was
he ate mice.
It was great. I ate a lot of mice.
How old were you when this is going on?
Yeah, how does college happen?
I was like 22, and like I had a guitar. I'd been playing guitar since I was 21. Is when I got a guitar, and so like that was always like a thing to me, but I didn't know how much of a thing. So
it's just something to do.
Not much room for a guitar in a wigwam.
Yeah, I went and I applied to 300 volunteer jobs all over the U.S. To get my foot in the door. And like one of them was like, you pay your own way to Kodiak Island and you have to run blue crab traps for like 6 months, where you have to pay your own food, and like you're doing it all, and you have to like do this. And I'm like, nobody's stupid enough to like go live in a cabin by themselves on Kodiak and run blue crab traps.
Yeah, that sounds.
But all these positions got filled with dudes with master's degrees. So I didn't get a job. I went back home. I poured concrete for another year, saved my money to move to Nashville.
This is post college.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to move to Nashville and I'm going to do something.
Before we get into the music thing, where did your love for, or the passion for that wild, like where did that spark come from to say, hey man, I want to move to Alaska. I want to move out to the woods and live in a wigwam for a year.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I still do.
Where did that,
Yeah.
same. No, absolutely.
I feel that.
But where did that passion come from? Was that like a young thing? Have you
yeah.
been, you were started hunting when you were young? Was that from your dad, from your uncles?
It
What
was my grandpa who lived he's from
Oshkosh?
Canada. But his family moved to upper Michigan during the Depression, and they lived on this 120-acre farm, and like they had to live off the land, you know, during the Depression. So he just like he lived out in the middle of nothing, and I just fell in love with it. And he would teach me how to snare rabbits and spear fish, and like
You're cooler than I thought you were. I mean, you're
way
cool.
cooler.
You're way cooler now.
Yeah.
Could
Thanks,
you do
man.
it right now? Could you move to the like woods and live?
Could you win Survivor
Yeah, that's what I'm.
or Naked and Afraid?
Yeah.
Maybe not naked.
I
'cause that'd
couldn't.
be-
Oh man, they would know Naked and Afraid. They put you in like the jungle. Like I don't know. Like it would have to be like they would have to put me in
they
an
put you in the-
environment I'm comfortable with.
There you go.
They'd put you in like I don't do the jungle, man. There's some weird things in the jungle.
Agreed.
Some stuff going on in the
No
jungle.
doubt. I kind of never want to go to the
My
jungle.
thing is
I
the
don't think.
bugs, dude. I think I could swing it if it wasn't for the bugs, bro. I hate getting
I've
bit
seen
by bugs.
I've seen a dude quit because of mosquito bites and a sunburn, like on that.
Your ginger ass, you'd be burned in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
if they
but
put
they're-
me anywhere close to the equator, I ain't even going. I'm just gonna quit.
Get out of the truck, just get back in.
Yeah, I'm out. But yeah, I mean, it was the being out in the woods was very like, I don't know, it was my happy place. You know?
So did you deer hunt your whole like childhood?
I did, and it's amazing that I still deer hunt now, because we deer hunted in Michigan and like around corn piles, and like you would sit for 2 weeks and you would never see one deer. You know, it's rough.
Brutal.
Did you do any other hunting? Did you do any turkey hunting or fishing?
No,
or?
we never did any. I didn't turkey hunt till I moved down here. Did a lot of fishing, and some like rabbit and squirrel, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Do you feel the pull even now to like either go back to Michigan or to go somewhere? Do you feel that pull out of Nashville? Or is this home for good?
This is home. I mean, my family's here. we're in an awesome spot. I do like sometimes miss. I don't miss, like the deer hunting here is better than where we hunted in Michigan. It's just, I don't know. I could see 8, 9, 10 deer in a 2-hour morning here.
Sure.
Like you could never do that there.
That's crazy, man. I mean, I still, for a long time, I mean, before I guess I would say music worked for me, my backup plan was like, dude, I'm out, dude. I'm just gonna go to Montana or Alaska and just kind of hide out. I mean, there was a time in my life where like I just accepted I wasn't gonna get married. Music wasn't gonna work, and so I was just gonna
live off the land, like go live somewhere cool.
I mean, you probably remember. I talked about it all the time, just like obsessed with like getting, and still to this day, I guess that's why I asked. Is I still deal with that pull a little bit to just kind of. I mean, even if I don't know. Anyway, to just kind of get the city's gross, dude. The city, not necessarily Nashville. Nashville's a great city, but just traffic and people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's gross
and
to dudes
business.
like us. It's gross to dudes.
That's
like
what
us.
I mean.
There's
a lot of people that love it.
Absolutely, no doubt.
And I mean, would it be cool to live like above like losers, like for a night? That'd be like awesome, you know. But like, you got kids.
Yeah, in the summer when nothing's going on.
Yeah.
We all kind of live outside of town, though. We don't necessarily live in Nashville. I mean, this was a 50-minute drive for me just to be downtown.
Me too.
Well, it's because of who we are. Like we lived on a houseboat for 4 years, and then got the opportunity to move downtown, and we lasted 6 months because we couldn't handle it.
Dude,
literally
the Bristol. I mean, like 500 yards.
And we were like, man, this is a super nice, like flat, like the city thing, man. It was literally above Losers, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. It's across the street from Virginia.
And dude, it was just like, dude, I miss the boat, man.
Right.
I miss because that's me. That's us. Like that's where I feel at home. That's where I feel
debated
comfortable.
living on a boat. That's awesome.
Man, it was awesome until it got cold.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough when it was cold. It's like your sewage would freeze up and.
Bro, at least you had a bed to sleep in. I slept in.
True. You slept in the
V hole the size of that table right there.
That's true.
So now you guys are like rich. That's like awesome.
Dude, I don't have 5 times platinum, bro.
I only had 4 times.
You got 5 times platinum. I got 3 times platinum.
4 times.
I'm 3
You're
times.
three times?
Yeah, dude.
Or are we adding them all up, or is it just one song?
I mean, I only got 1 song, so 3
We're
times.
not adding them all. You can add them all up. Let's let him add them all up.
All right, so speaking of 5 times platinum hit songwriter, you start playing. What made you pick up a guitar?
He said, "Yeah."
Merle Haggard.
Huh?
What's your favorite Merle Haggard song?
Oh man, I couldn't even.
If you just had to pull one, what's the first one that pops up?
Take a lot of pride in what I am. I mean, I don't know. Red Bandana. Like, I mean, there's too many. Anyways, there was something about.
I'm a big city guy, by the way.
I love Big City. There was something about his music that was just like, I don't know. It was like this. It was genius lyric, but it was like something about being like allowing himself to be so vulnerable. It wasn't like this. I'm the greatest. Like, love is awesome. It was like, he went to prison and like he sang about it, and it was like real.
I am
and
who
it was
I am.
Like,
this is my life. Yeah.
And I was like, man, I want to do that. So when I got a guitar, so I could sing Merle Haggard songs around a campfire.
Were you singing before? Did you even know you could sing?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, I would sing like to the radio.
Yeah.
I still don't know if I can sing.
Oh, shut up, dude.
Mr. Record Dale.
Is that what you do? Yodel?
So at what point you say, okay, you do concrete, want to move to Alaska, that ain't gonna happen.
Right.
So you're like, dude, I'm moving to Nashville.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
I was like, I'd written like probably 80 songs, like all horrible.
By yourself?
You know
80?
the deal.
I mean, I do, but you wrote 80 songs by yourself? Or
Between
you're co-writing?
between the age of 21 and 25, so not like a
That's
ton,
that's a
but-
lot of songs. That's a
but all
big
by
schedule A,
myself.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, but that's like, they were horrible. Anyways, I moved to Nashville, so I was like, I'm doing it.
No clue how the business worked. No clue.
No clue.
Did you know anybody? Did you have any connections?
I didn't know anybody, and like my dad, he passed away in 2006, but he was like the only one that was like, bro, go.
Really?
He was like, go.
Isn't that
like,
cool? Like that's kind of a familiar thing, man.
I mean, yeah,
dad
I mean,
did that with
they
me,
to get it. Like my mom was kind of like, oh, honey, you'll be like, we'll see you in a little bit. And like my brother-in-law was like, you're gonna move to Nashville to write hits. He's like, you need to buy a house.
Yeah.
And get a job here. I mean, I had a job and keep working and like make something of yourself. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. What'd your dad say? I want to know. I want to know what your dad
He
said.
said, go. He's like, you're not doing anything here. Like, you're not going to, there's no sense for you to stay here unless you like basically like sell your guitar and just like keep pouring concrete. He's like, go.
Man.
Do something.
It's good to have somebody like, it's a blessing to have somebody like that to kind of push you.
Yeah.
Mine did the same thing. I passed 3 of the 4 tests it takes to sell insurance. And I came home and I was like, God, I failed that one. And Dad was like, thank God, dude. He was like, bro, what are you doing, man? He's like, you're not going to sell insurance. Like, what are you doing? He was like, look, man, if you'll just go try it. He literally said this. He was like, if you'll just go try Nashville. I was like, how am I supposed to try, dude? I don't have no money. I got nothing. He was like, I'll pay for your first year. And he was like, if it doesn't work. If it works, stay there, build your life, whatever. But I'll help you get going. And man, I'm so grateful he did. Dude.
Right.
Otherwise,
man. That's
I'd be this
awesome.
miserable, frumpy, not songwriter, you know?
I don't think everybody that sells insurance is miserable.
Okay, I'm just saying me
for you.
I'm saying me
Like,
personally. I'm already miserable and frumpy. I'm just saying I'd be one that sells insurance. You know, I mean, it's a very, I think it's almost like uncommon to have a dad that's like go. You know what I
Right.
mean? Instead of hey, take
Right.
over the business or whatever. That
There's
man.
some
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
societal norms where that's not like, you're going to do what?
When
You're
did
going
you
to take
feel-
your guitar, move to Nashville? Like, yeah.
Yeah, all right, man.
Good job.
Yeah, see you
Good,
later.
good.
Yeah.
See
you
you
get
in
a pub
about 2
deal?
weeks, man.
So you get a pub deal?
Yeah, I moved here, got a pub deal, and like 7 months later. But when I say pub deal, it was like I gave them all of my publishing, and I got $800 a month. I still had to pour concrete here, so like not a pub deal.
Sounds, been there, done that.
So
we did
not
the same.
not a pub deal. And then just like got a van and like started playing these little B clubs, and like ended up getting a record deal with Renee and Joe Galante at Sony, and they were like, "This is gonna be awesome," and I was like, "Yay!" And then
Were you trying to get a deal, or were you just trying to write songs? Like, was a record deal, was that part of the reason you moved here?
It was like I moved here to not be waiting on concrete at 4:30 in the morning in Wisconsin in December. So whatever that looked like.
Yeah.
Songwriting, yes, that was like my main. I wanted to create songs that like people wanted to record, and if I sang them on radio, awesome.
Somebody else did, awesome.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up getting a record deal and like doing the thing for a while. Lost it, got another one. Lost it, got another one. Third time's not a charm. Spent 10 years on the road. Realized I hated it. And God put me exactly where I should have been. But I had to take the long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Now it's awesome. I mean, I get to stay home and I write songs and, not have to worry about my public persona.
Oh, for sure.
You do have
And the travel. Like, the travel was just, it got to the point where I didn't love music anymore. Because
Feel that,
everything was like,
had to job. Yeah.
the whole job was like 24 hours a day. And it's like, all for this 9 o'clock, and you're like, you're yawning when you're going on the stage at 9 o'clock at night. And it's like, this is not right.
Yeah.
And even if the crowd is like, that if the crowd was right, it made it like kind of worth it. But eventually it was like, this is not like, this isn't cool. I'm not getting hunt, like, and I'm working so hard and not making jack,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so.
So you kind of had that same moment of standing there at 4:30 in the morning pouring concrete, where in your artist career where you're like, dude, I just want to write songs.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, and I was like, there were songwriters that was like, okay, I'm an artist, and like I can like have one song on the chart a year, and I knew songwriters that had like 3 or 4 songs on the chart, and I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah, don't tell them that.
I was like, if you can do it, but I was like, you can have 2 or 3 songs on the chart as a songwriter and like not have to kiss all these rings,
Sure. Yeah. And
who's not kissing your ring back, by the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they definitely don't.
Right.
My thing was the time. Like, and look, I had a band. I was on the road for 10 years, but I come out of that, wrote songs, and then went back out with Luke, and it was I called it the big sit because it was like you would sound check at 11,
right,
and then bro, nothing until 9 o'clock.
The waiting killed me.
All those concrete rooms are the same. All those cities are the same. There's only so many coffee shops you can walk to before you're just like, dude, what am I doing?
Right.
And in your case, in the artist, I mean, I was just a guitar tech, so nobody knew me, which was fine. But like in the artist case, you can't just go run around that town without getting people on you, and having to deal with that. It's. I'm telling you, man, it takes a special personality person drive to want to do that for the rest of your life.
And you've got to be like real okay with letting people in your life like in a personal way. Social media, like I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
These kids now with the social media, dude, it is a full-time job.
It is a full-time job. You can't even get a record deal these days unless you have like a presence online.
It's the first thing I feel like, and I don't know, I don't know that world too much, but like, isn't it the first thing they look at? They're like, "Oh, we'll give you a deal, but you got to get your numbers up. Your socials have got to be your socials have got to be at a point." I will say this, CCW.
That's crispy cartwheel.
You
for sure.
have.
I don't know.
There's about a 3.
Where's the crispy come from?
Like a good sharp one.
Oh yeah.
I might have to see it after we get done.
We'll do some stretching.
Speaking of socials, we might have to.
Be our first post.
First back is CCW in the back parking lot.
I don't know.
Or us all doing a cartwheel and see who's the best. His was probably winning.
I ain't doing a cartwheel.
No, me either.
Can you do a cartwheel?
Well, see, I've had a little bit of sciatica here lately.
Come on, bro.
Okay, all right.
Your little frumpy
You need to go
legs,
see
there ain't no cartwheel coming out of that.
Go get a chiropractor.
Look at you on that
I'm
couch.
agile as shit, bro.
You need a chiropractor, buddy.
I know. I've been doing it. It's a healer.
That's a legit.
I have to. Like it's
healing.
It's real.
It is.
But going back, there is a 340, 360 bull that's above your fireplace in your house. That
I want to say 375.
oh, it's a giant, dude.
It
Where'd
is
that come
huge.
Having a record deal, perk.
Okay.
Perk of a record deal.
Best part of a record deal.
Best part of a record deal was free elk hunts.
No doubt, dude.
I've got 6. Like I would have imagined that I would ever kill elk. Like a moose has always been my dream. Like a moose is my dream. But like I got offered free elk hunts and I was like, awesome. Absolutely addictive.
Do you have a wild elk story? Do you have like one that shouldn't have happened that happened? Because I feel like most elk hunts, they're not easy.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot like turkey hunting.
So did you shoot them with a bow, rifle?
The big one I shot with a rifle. All the other ones I shot with a bow.
God, how is that? I've never done that. I want to do it so bad, dude.
It's awesome. I mean, when they're screaming in your face at 12 yards, it's like there's a lot of emotions. It's like I'm gonna die, and I'm also gonna kill this thing, and like I don't know what's gonna happen right now.
Man, that sounds exactly like when my 4-year-old is screaming at me. It's like it's a lot of emotions.
It is.
I don't know if I'm going to die. I don't know if I'm going to kill this thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same. There's a lot of similarities there.
Everybody chill out.
Everybody calm down.
You like elk meat?
I do. I love it.
Man, I want some. I'm ready for some.
I know we're out, dude.
We're out. We just ran out.
Yeah, we're out.
Does your wife eat deer meat?
Yes. And also loved the elk meat. But it's gone. It's long gone.
Your kids eat it?
Yeah. They've eaten bear, elk, deer. I mean, they don't know. They just eat whatever I put on their plate.
Yeah. Like, throw it in some mac and cheese.
Your kids just eat everything, man. My kids do not eat everything. My boy does. My little girl's picky.
My boy. I mean, you got to check. Like, they will not eat. They would all be dead if I didn't like pick plates up and walk around after them and put food
so
in
that
them. They would all die. They're like they don't care.
And that's why you're not hunting as much as you want to.
They don't care what it is I'm putting. Like what it is. Like I mean, they'll eat fruits and vegetables and meat, but it's like they'll die if I don't personally insert it.
Yeah.
They'd be dead. It's like, I don't get it. It's like, how are you not hungry, bro?
Yeah.
How can you not be hungry?
Bro, tell me about it, dude.
Yeah.
I live hungry,
I just
dude.
feel
I'm
like
hungry right now. Just ate hungry.
they're gonna be like 16 and like 14 and whatever, and I'm just gonna be like, here you go.
Open your mouth.
Get this.
Here's a
Some
piece of
cheesy
protein bar.
toast. There you go. Eat that.
Quit throwing it on the
Finish
floor. Quit throwing it on the floor.
that. Yes, my goodness. Lord.
Hey, how do you deal with, as a writer, when you, I'm going to switch gears a little bit, when you hit that wall, right? Like we all do as commercial songwriters, how do you push through that, man, I'm tired, I don't feel like doing this today, or what would be considered kind of writer's block? How do you
I cancel like a lot. No, I'll tell you the biggest thing that helped me out was not writing Fridays.
Bro,
The
come on.
the
Same,
three-
Let's
dude.
get in there.
Same.
the
You
3
don't write
days-
Fridays anymore?
Dude, I have Fridays blocked off till 2027.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean Fridays would be like are open for like
Utah.
big artist rights. Like if
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah,
Friday
I know,
open,
yeah.
like I can go do that. But
But
like
they always cancel anyway, so it's great.
yeah, I mean, but since
Mine
the inception of my 3-day weekends, I haven't had it.
Interesting.
Because you're not writing constantly.
Yeah,
You're not writing
I've
5
got
days a
that.
week. You're not burned out on ideas. You're not.
Yeah, I've got that 3-day window.
It's crazy how like when you're young in this town, you're driven, you're hungry, and I guess we still all are a little bit, but like you're trying that 5-day a week thing, you're writing doubles. Dude, I find it now, and you're like full of ideas back, whatever,
Right.
you'll write anything.
Mm-hmm.
And the older I've gotten, the more, I guess, mature into my songwriting career that I've gotten.
Ooh, mature. You sure about that?
I've found, dude, I get more song ideas and kind of the best song ideas when I'm on a tractor.
Yeah.
Or when I'm mowing my yard. Or when I'm planting food plots.
Yeah.
Or like when I'm doing something, and it kind of always fishing. Like and it kind of always ties to the outdoors a little bit.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
when I'm out there in the environment that I'm the most comfortable in, which is in the woods or on the water, man.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
It feels like there's a creative thing that happens
Yeah,
that just kind of opens up. And I don't know what it is in your brain, but it just kind of like it opens you up to thinking in a more, I don't know, but it helps that we write commercial country music too, which of those things are a part of.
Correct.
And lyrically, content wise, like that's what we're writing about, man.
Yeah.
And I was always told, write what you know. And so if you're not doing that,
yeah,
you're not inspired to go put it on pen and paper, or I get on a computer now to a guitar when you're in the writing room.
yeah. No, you're right. I mean, that's where I get all my best ideas is when I'm doing nothing related to music.
No doubt.
When I'm doing what I love.
That's one of the things I love about hunting is that it blocks, to me, it's always on, right? Like our brains are all, as commercial writers, which we are, all three are, it's like you're constantly on. You're constantly listening to things for song ideas, whether it be your granddad talking or just this dude you met or some inspired music or whatever it is. Or to me, one of the few times that I can like cut it off and just let my brain heal almost from the barrage of got pressure of trying to have those ideas and trying to have those song, melodies or whatever it is. It's like hunting chills that out, fishing too, because I'm so focused on what I'm doing that it's like the filters go up and only the great things come through.
Yeah,
instead of just
I'm there.
Does that make sense?
It's like I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's like you're closer to God or something.
It's also too, and I've said this before, but like in a world that things are so far, far away,
hunting and fishing and loving every day.
But in a world where things are so manufactured and you got social media that's like just a snapshot of the best days of people, like it feels like those things, hunting, fishing,
loving every day,
trademark,
are the most pure things out there.
Yeah,
because like they're untouched.
Yeah,
like it is the way it was designed to be, and it will always be that way.
Right. I mean,
and to be out there in it is, yeah.
You're right. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. Everything is, there's a lot of fakeness going on,
Yeah.
It's like you put a Big Mac
Oh, I'd smash a Big Mac right now, by the way.
Yeah, well, you put a Big Mac next to like a grass-fed, delicious steak. It's like one of these is real, and one of these will still be here in 30 years. It looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
I'd eat both of them, but yeah. I would eat the steak.
You picked the wrong analogy because he really loves Big Mac.
I know, he does love Big
Hey,
Mac.
I got a question. If there is one song that you've been a part of, or even in your artist thing that you wrote, that best describes your way of life, like the way you live, the way you want to live, if there's one tune that describes that best, what is it?
I guess it would be Way Out Here.
Yes! I thought that's what you
And Half of One Margarita.
Way out here. Yeah.
Well, I can play it right now, dude.
That's coming around.
Yeah, that's coming around.
Which was, hey, here's a tidbit. Yeah, that's coming around.
What's Way Out Here?
Hit me a D chord.
That's an E, but
That's an E.
Did you say it, E?
D.
D.
I got it. My is protected by the good Lord
and a gun. You might meet them both if you show up here not welcome, son.
out here.
Dude, come on.
I listened to it on the way in, bro.
We ain't take
We don't take a dime if we ain't heard.
Come on, dude. Just give the chorus for me. We don't even have to play
Keep going.
this.
When it comes to weight, brother, we pull our own. So backwards way of living you're concerned with. You can leave us alone.
My favorite line.
'Cause we're about John Wayne, Johnny Cash,
6 minor.
John Deere.
There it is. Come on, one time.
Way out here.
Dude, how true is that song, though, man?
I love it.
How
It's
true?
like, I
Yeah,
can play that
it's
song.
I said 6 minor.
Johnny
You
Cash.
shouldn't. John Deere.
I love
Dude,
it. He's
that-
like, I'll play that song right now.
I'm sorry, dude.
Coming around.
Dude.
Bro, when I told Jordan this on the way in, when I moved to Nashville and living on a houseboat,
Yeah.
this was my ringtone.
No doubt.
How weird does that make you feel and creepy that I'm sitting beside you?
I mean, that's great, dude. I
Man,
love
how's
it.
that one go? How's that one start?
You got me.
I
I took myself off the hook of having to remember any of my songs.
Dude, but there's
Like
so...
nails on chalkboard.
yeah.
Daddy played this kind of music.
Come on,
If
dude.
you'd asked me then, I'd have said it was borderline abusive. But I'm getting to where I don't mind them now. Yeah, I'm coming around.
So good, bro.
Come on,
So
dude.
good, man.
What?
That's great.
I love those songs, dude.
That's great.
Gosh. How's that feel to just know that artists, songwriters love what you do and what you did?
Well, that feels good, dude. It's good to know that somebody did.
Did you ever? Did you ever?
They still do. What are you talking
Because
about?
it felt for a while like nobody did. But it's good to know. It's good to know. I'm gonna put some new music out one day.
Oh, baby. Come on. We're
Yeah,
ready.
it's gonna be like a EDM, kind of like a disco pop thing.
Sick. Dude.
We're not ready.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be.
Did
that.
you?
Be ready.
Did you ever think you would get to this point?
Uh,
And I know you can't
I don't
plan. I know
know.
you don't plan for it.
yeah, I don't. I mean, I just figured like I'm just gonna like keep my head down and like do work, and like it's gonna happen at some point. So,
Yeah.
you know, doing the transition from the artist to the writer thing like took about 2 years because you know you got the whole town's like, well, if it's a hit song, how come he don't cut it? You know.
Yeah.
And it's like because he's not cutting songs currently.
Anymore.
Right. But yeah, I mean that took a little while, but it's like just the ability to just write songs, not have to worry about the rest of it, like totally changed the game.
That's a game changer,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. And to be able to provide for your family and and stay at home, like
Be home and like be grounded, like it's the whole grounded thing, you know, being able to watch a tomato plant grow and like you
Literally
know like
grounded.
see
Yeah, man.
in the earth.
Yeah, dude. It's the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
That you didn't even know that you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's cool about it.
You didn't even know you wanted it?
It's not Alaska, but it's a
Right.
lot
I mean,
better.
I'm talking about like, having a passion to try to want to move to Alaska, pouring concrete, thinking you're going to do that.
I'm sure that was important. That thing you wanted to say. But it's the time of the show
Oh, okay.
for the one that got away.
That's pretty good, dude.
Told you.
With that little left hook
That's
for you, Jake.
really good.
CCW.
So
Dude.
what
How
this
long did it
is-
take you to write that?
A couple months. This is the part where you talk to us about the one that got away. It may be a fish, a song,
Big deer.
probably not a girl.
An elk you
She
shot.
wouldn't like that.
An elk you shot in the leg, or you missed when you're not shot in the leg.
What is?
I don't miss, but no.
That's what I'm talking about.
Would it be the truck I had to sell because I went to jail?
Could have been.
Ooh.
No, I've got a better one.
Okay.
Truck I
ready.
had to sell.
Oh,
Sorry.
Don't you go writing that one, nobody.
I'll just put your name on.
All right. So one
terrible
time where was I? I was in Wisconsin, Hayward, maybe. Tomahawk.
I can't believe that's a place.
No, this is
Sorry, I
like-
just can't believe it's a place.
So I shot an 11 point with a 23-inch inside spread, like it was giant, and
Holy.
somebody stole it.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wait,
dude,
like
you
stole
can't
it-
just tell that. What,
Yeah.
how does somebody steal a?
I gutted it and like walked back to my truck to go and get my brother-in-law and like the other dude. I forget who was there. I was like, come and help me grab this. And then went back and it was gone.
No way.
Yeah.
You've never seen
and
it
the,
again.
And the gut pile was still there. So I know that the deer didn't get up, put his guts back in, sew himself up and run away.
No.
For a fact.
Didn't happen.
has
almost
never happened in the history
I
of the
can
world.
almost guarantee you that didn't happen.
I can
There's
guarantee
a
you.
chance. I mean, there's a chance.
So yeah, somebody took it.
So you know you've never seen it before. I mean, again,
No.
No pictures.
And the one
dude, you need to come
brow
clean.
tine went
Whoever
out
did
at
that,
a
No,
90-degree angle.
The brow time came in.
Yeah. It was awesome.
23-inch inside.
So wait, were you near a road or were you near a thing?
Yeah,
Or
it
how
was
does
public
this-
land.
It was
It's public land.
Somebody just walked up on that hoe.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's a good one that got away.
It was public.
Oh man, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You need to come clean, bro. You need
Let's
to
find CCW's deer, dude.
no doubt. It's out there
Crispy
still.
Cartwheel's deer
It's
is
hanging on a
somebody's
wall.
wall
Yeah, no doubt.
right now, and we need to find it.
Dude, get Crispy's deer back.
This deer, so where was this deer shot?
In the lungs.
Good shot. Exactly where you're supposed to.
We're gonna have to
I'm a double lung guy.
I'm saying
I'm not a
literally
heart-
Me too,
on
me
the
too, me
on
too.
the earth. Where was it shot? We got if we have a listener in like
Wisconsin.
sorry to do it.
Don't do it.
It was-
Gosh, Wisconsin.
Gosh,
I'm just
Wisconsin.
saying.
Wearing some overalls.
Hey, learned a new word today. It was in Tomahawk, Wisconsin.
So if you're listening, you're close to
Tomahawk,
Tomahawk, Wisconsin.
Go find Crispy's
and
deer.
you see a 90
You walk
degree
into your
brown
uncle's-
time,
you walk
and
into
it's
your
an
uncle's
11
barn.
That's right. And there's a skull mount.
And he tells you the story about how he killed this buck.
Yeah, it's mine. You're gonna get like all kinds of deer with 90-degree brow tine mailed to you.
There's going to be
I'm
like
fine
a-
with that.
just deer stolen
I'm
all
fine
over
with that.
Wisconsin.
If you have a picture of that, send it to us at Jordan's email.
hashtag get Crispy Cartwheel's deer back. Let's do it. Let's make it. Let's trend.
I'm sorry I called you that. I just think it's amazing.
That's a good one, dude. That's a good.
I just think it's amazing that he was a gymnast. I just would not. I mean, that's like me saying I was a
Gymnast blew my mind today.
swimmer. You know what I mean? I don't look like a swimmer.
I knew
I
you
mean,
were
you
out.
could-
I knew you had a passion for the outdoors, but I didn't know how much, dude. I didn't know that you were thinking about moving to Alaska and doing that thing. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's really cool.
I bought a wall tent one time when I was 19 and a wood burner because I was just like gonna just go move out into the woods somewhere. I didn't know where, but I was like, screw it. Got my wall tent. I got my wood burner.
You ready? To
I'm
go?
out of here. Just the dumb
still
stuff you
feel
do
like- I
as a
still
kid.
feel
Yeah, I could take them. I
honestly.
could take a couple weeks of that a year.
Every now and then when
I had to sell the wall tent, but I still got the wood burner.
you sold a lot of things you bought.
I sold 2 things in this interview.
Well, okay. Well, it's-
one to go to one because you went to jail.
maybe it seems like more than more.
Yeah.
Dude, you got top 5, right? You got top 5 right now with Dustin Lynch.
Yeah.
Going for number 10.
Stars like confetti.
Star like confetti.
Wait, what happened? Oh, there's an at the end of it. Mm-hmm. Sorry, dude.
That's just
I don't
like
listen to radio. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
What else you got going? You gonna put out some music, huh? Eventually.
I mean, I'm gonna have to like decide what it is I'm cutting, and then like go to town and like record it, and then like put my voice on it, and then
We should probably finish some of those songs we've written. If you know,
I mean, we probably should finish.
There are
something.
2 that are good.
yeah.
Those 2 are good. Hey man, thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah, man. I
I'm kind
appreciate
of
it.
sad it's over.
I am too. We can sit here for another hour if you like.
I hope this is great success.
Oh, it
this
will.
thing.
Thanks,
Dude, it's
CW.
because of people like you that it will be.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
We done?
Josh Thompson, everybody.
Hey.
Thanks for watching and listening, and we'll have another one for you soon. That was a little clunky, but
We'll have another 4-1 you tit soon.
Oshkosh bagosh. We're out.